coffee with Hillary Clinton, a recording session with Sting, hanging out with Borat himself. Those are just a few of the items up for sale in Sotheby's COVID relief auction. For more on that, we're joined by Charles Stewart, CEO of Sotheby's. Charles, great to have you with us, and what a great cause. We want to talk about the auction in just a moment, but first I want to get a sort of temperature check on what you're seeing in your customer base. I know, like so many businesses, you've moved a lot of those auctions online. You've had 40 sales since March 1st, netting $70 million. What's your sense of what those sales would have been like had there been no pandemic? I mean, have you seen reductions in price? Have you seen less participation, for instance?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. Indeed, the markets in art and luxury, I would characterize as surprisingly resilient over the last few months since the quarantine began. And I think that reflects the fact that, first of all, you have almost literally a captive audience. You have people who are passionate about these categories and focusing on them. And there are fewer channels, perhaps, in terms of how to, pursue and indulge those interests. So we have seen the benefits and effect of that. And you got your numbers exactly right. We've had 40 auctions over the last 2 months in multiple categories, from art to jewelry to watches and wine, among many others.
Are you getting a sense of where these customers are? In other words, other parts of the world are opening up faster, so perhaps Asia was more active in some of these auctions than the United States.
Well, it's a great question. Absolutely. The activity we've seen, both from buyers and sellers, are very global. In fact, just this week, we've reopened our offices in Milan, in Geneva, and other parts of Europe, which is a great sign. Asia has been open for some time at this point. And indeed, we're seeing in this global marketplace, we're seeing bidding coming from all over the place. And certainly Asia has been, a strong source of collecting and purchasing for some time now, and this period is no exception.
Dan, you got a question?
Yeah. Hey, Charlie, on the auction, there's some really interesting lots there. I'm thinking about throwing some bids in on the Strokes virtual conversation or Mumford & Sons. Are there any unusual values in there? And then let me ask you this. What was the impetus for getting this charity auction together? And tell us a little bit about this organization that you're supporting.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for the question. I agree with you on the Strokes. They're a great band. I love their new album. We're actually auctioning 24 virtual experiences that I would characterize as somewhat priceless. We put them on with no reserve, and it ranges from everything from recording a song with Sting to hanging out with the Strokes or Sacha Baron Cohen, coffee with Hillary Clinton, or a virtual house party at the real Downton Abbey with several of the characters in the series. So we're really excited about it. We're doing this. It's a 100% charity auction, as you mentioned, on behalf of the International Rescue Committee, which, like us, is a global organization who for the last 90 years has focused on providing support to displaced people. And they're doing everything from providing COVID relief and preparedness in places like Syria to handing out free meals here in Brooklyn. So we're thrilled to partner with them. And if you look at our website, you can bid until tomorrow afternoon. All
right, we'll have to check it out. It is a great organization. Charlie, thanks so much. And thanks for your time. We do appreciate it.
Thanks.
I'm going to go to Guy on that. I think that you and Karen have had some experience with this auction process.
Yeah, hopefully you have the footage, but years ago, it's got to be 2009, Finerman and I went to Christie's, I think, and we had a great shoot. We bid on a Carl Icahn original, if memory serves, and obviously Karen had the wherewithal to outbid me, and she won, but it was quite the experience.
I like that you guys wore black. Is that what you do at these fancy schmancy auctions, Karen? You wear black tie?
I get if you go. I usually go bid over the phone, but what the hell? It was fun to do that with Guy. It was a portrait of Carl, not by Carl.
Right.
I don't know if it makes any difference.
We saw it. We saw it. Okay.